did not know that grief and trauma is can be trapped in our bodies and
Yeah.
that it was so traumatic. Like I was there with my mom through everything up until she passed. Like grief, we can hold that in our bodies and it's not released. And so I found this physical therapist that they'll actually walk you through and do different exercises to
Yeah.
release that grief, to release that trauma that our body went through and is going through. And since I had been seeing them and going to them, I called them up. I was like, "Oh my God, you can't believe this. I have not been able to sleep for 2 years. I did not know that sleep impacts our health. Like, if you're not getting good sleep." And so I have now been able to sleep
Oh
and
my
go to sleep at night, like through the night and not be restless and waking up. And so grief impacted me in every area of my life.
Have you ever felt like you ever just needed to get away? Not to escape necessarily, but to remember who you are underneath all the noise, expectations, and responsibilities. In today's episode of Girl, Get Your Groove Back, we're diving into the power of solo travel, self care, and healing through loss. My guest, Brooke Waller, took her first international trip alone. And the amazing thing is, it became so much more than just a vacation. It was a journey of rediscovery, reflection, and rebuilding her confidence after deep personal loss. Brooke is an only child, and she lost both of her parents. Her dad in 2018, and her beautiful mother, her best friend, just a couple years ago, to multiple myeloma, a bone and blood cancer. Through that grief, Brooke has learned what it means to heal from the inside out and how to carry her amazing parents' legacy forward with grace and strength. In this episode, we talk about what it really means to put yourself first, how solo travel can awaken self-trust and freedom, and how authentic community and vulnerability can help us reconnect to who we truly are. So, if you've ever felt like you lost a part of yourself or you're ready to find your rhythm again, this conversation will remind you that healing and joy can coexist. Joy is our birthright. Your next chapter can be your most powerful one yet. Let's get into it. Hey, y'all, and welcome to Girl, Get Your Groove Back. I am your host, Coach Jamila, and today I have my friend Brooke Waller with us today. It is such a pleasure to have you on this episode. I'm so
Yeah.
excited to chat with you.
Thank you so much for having me, girl. I'm excited to be here, to be in the place and just
Yes,
have girl talk and just talk to the people. Yeah.
yes. Well, listen, girl, I have been living vicariously through you and all the amazing travel that you've been doing. I saw you posted your international trip to Portugal, and I was like, look at Brooke doing the things. And then solo at that. Solo travel, I feel like it's a mindset. Like you have to have a
Yeah.
mindset to solo travel. Tell me a little bit about what got you into solo travel. What season of life were you in where you were like, it's time. It's time for me to start doing these things and really honoring myself.
Yes. Thank you, girl. So yes, my first solo international trip, half of it was with my cousin and half of it was solo. And so I had been wanting to go to Portugal since January.
Mm,
And I was supposed to go in January. It didn't work out. The weather was bad. So I was like, I'll go another time. And
yeah.
then it came July. I was going through a season of just needing healing, needing restoration. And I've done a lot of research. I had a cousin that had lived there before. And I was like, Brooke, your tank is empty. You need to be filled. We don't have to earn joy. That is our birthright
Yes.
to have it. I was going through a space in my life where I took off of work for a period of time and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this trip. Life is short. You never know.
Yeah.
And Oh my God. Like the food, the culture, the people. Like you said, to your point, solo travel is definitely a mindset. It definitely pushes you in uncomfortable spaces. A lot of
Mm,
times people don't realize we don't really trust ourselves. We have our GPS, we have our friends that we go with, but can you really trust yourself in a place that you don't know anyone, you don't speak the language? Can you go and do that? And it's a whole nother level of trusting yourself, your mindset. It really it's amazing. It was amazing.
wow. I'm just thinking, girl, knowing me, because I'm like you said, GPS, I'm always on the GPS, like, oh, because girl, I'm bad with direction. I'm so bad. So I'm like, if I was
Yeah.
solo traveling, I just feel like you would have to affirm yourself, like, you got this. What kind of uncomfortable positions or situations do you feel came up for you when you were doing your trip to Portugal or even just solo travel in general?
Yeah, so kind of just figuring out directions. I want to go to eat breakfast, or I planned some excursions, and I was like, okay. I had the international plan, but my phone had glitched. So I have a funny story. It ended up working out, and Black women, we really look out for each other. So I did an excursion. I had 2 power banks. I don't know what happened. They weren't charging my phone. So it was this lovely excursion, travel excursion with a group of people. We were with each other the whole day. And so
Yeah.
at the evening of the trip, everybody's like, "Hey, we're gonna go out. We're going to go to a little like lounge situation, music." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I need to get an Uber back to my hotel. My phone is like glitching. It's not working."
Ooh.
One of the girls that was in the group, she was like, "Oh, you can ride with me in my Uber back to the hotel." So she rolled me back, and I was like, "Okay, well now I still got to navigate from where she got dropped off." She was like, "Girl, I will walk you to your hotel."
Oh.
I
See,
will walk you to your hotel. And it's just amazing, like strangers. And then also one morning I walk outside my hotel, like, I'm just gonna kind of explore and see things. And one tip they said is if you're using Google Travel Out Loud, put your earbuds in. So
right.
nobody around you doesn't hear that you're looking for directions. And then I got to a point like, do I really trust myself? I started screenshotting the directions in case something spotty was going
Baby, listen, I woulda did the same 'cause I don't need you to rely on me, okay? I don't need the phone to act up while I'm out here in Portugal and I don't know where I am. I feel you.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god. So I'm sure it was a little nerve-wracking initially, but do you feel like you eventually kinda got comfortable and started to feel like, "Man, this is it. This is a nice opportunity."
Yes, yes, I definitely felt comfortable, more safe, and even the hotel, like a lot of people there spoke English. So I
Right.
got more comfortable asking people. They saw that sometimes I was at the restaurant and trying to explain to them what I wanted to order
Yeah.
on the menu, and they were very accommodating, very understanding to me. That was really helpful too. And then as it progresses, I was there longer and longer, like, oh, I know where this is. So then I didn't really have to use my GPS, but everybody was just very friendly. I never forget when I was trying to find my hotel, like they dropped me off like kind of like in a city circle center, and then I had to walk up because the hotel was in the middle of restaurants, just really in the middle of the city, but it wasn't just like you just walk up and that's the hotel. And so I
Right.
had my book bag on, I had my suitcase, and this man, I thought he was trying to sell me something. And he was like, "What are you looking for?" And I said, "Rosio Garden Hotel, Rosio Garden Hotel." And he was like, "Go up, and then make a left, and it'll be on your right."
Mm.
And just he just saw me was
Right,
like, and I
baby.
thought he was trying to sell me something, but he was like, people are genuinely that helpful that they just, want to help you, just want to help
Yeah.
you. So I feel like I had angels like all around me. I
Listen,
felt
and
like,
it probably helped you kind of bring your guard down because I mean, even thinking about myself, like you said, I thought he was trying to sell me something. You're like, I'm good. Like, I don't want that. But it allowed you to just kind of put your guard down and trust that people
Yeah.
are truly, genuinely trying to help you find your way out in Portugal. So that's a cool thing. You know
Yeah.
what? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a mindset thing because also something that I'm working on is that I can't think negative all the time. Like, if
Mm,
something happens, it's like, okay, Brooke, well, this is going to be the worst thing is going to be happen. But no, it's a whole mindset like, Brooke, what if the best does happen? What if this turns better than what you expected? I thought I was going to be alone, eat alone, but I went on that excursion, met some
mhm,
other Black women solo travelers.
mm.
Everybody started exchanging information. How long are you there for? What are you doing in your career? Because we linked and had such a great connection. We went up to a flea market. We had lunch. We went on another excursion. So it was like I was on a trip with them, and God was like, "Brooke, you're not alone." Like, and we still keep in contact. Some of the ladies
See?
that we still keep in contact. Yeah.
I heard that from my friend too. She's a solo traveler and she was like, you go there by yourself, but you meet so many amazing people along the way, people that you probably would never talk to any other time, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome. You get connections that you probably wouldn't get because if you're staying, secluded into yourself. I love
Hmm.
that. I was just gonna say, so my girl, my kids want to move to Portugal. They told me, they were like, because the produce is less expensive. And they were like, and the food is cleaner. And so we should move to Portugal. I'm like, okay, let's travel there first.
Mm, mm,
But they were like,
mhm.
yeah, we need to move to Portugal. I heard like if you eat the food out there, you're not gonna be as sick or have side effects like some of the food you eat when you're here in America, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely true. Like I remember waking up every day in the morning. I'm a morning person, so I like to go out, get like fresh orange juice and fresh pastries. On
yeah,
the street where my hotel was, they would have carts of fresh seafood that they would be carting in to the restaurants every day. And here in America, they're bringing in frozen stuff,
yes.
processed stuff, and like I didn't get sick or anything when I was in Portugal. I actually felt better. I was walking
Mm,
20,000 steps a day.
come on.
The
Listen.
food is fresh and you're getting your steps in, and just people out there really live life. I was out one night with my cousin. It was like 10:30 at night and I was like, this is like a work night for people here. I was
Mm,
asking my cousin, I was like, how are these people out? She was like, Brooke, they really make time intentional to shut down, take time for
mhm.
self-care, hang out, have dinner with their friends. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's amazing. It's
Wow,
the food is,
girl.
yeah, you're not getting sick, you're not having migraines, arthritis, diabetes, like, those people are they're in the best shape of their life.
Ain't that something when you reflect back and you look at where you were, like when you were in Portugal and you come back here? It's so important. Like I've been really preaching this too, like to be intentional about our self-care, to really take time
Mhm.
for ourselves, to pause because we're so rushed in every aspect of
Yeah.
life, it seems like. So with that, tell me how you have paused more in this season of your life and what are some things you're doing for yourself for self-care?
Yes, I have paused more by being more intentional
Yeah.
about what I'm doing, really being intentional about what brings me joy, what brings me peace. I've been more intentional about exercising, what
Yes.
I'm putting into my body. Between last year and this year, I took up a new exercise of Pilates, and I'm not. Yeah.
Like it?
And yeah, it is hard. It doesn't look hard, but Pilates is really hard, and a lot of people don't realize Pilates really encourages you to like your whole mental, your like to pause the
Mhm.
different exercises that you do in Pilates. It's not just doing fast, but just really listening to your body, really
Yeah.
listening to your body and being intentional that way. Having better routines. I feel like an area where I slacked off was what am I eating and then don't have nothing to eat and then go run out and get something to eat. And I had to slow down. I had a diagnosis with pre-diabetes and borderline cholesterol.
Yeah.
So my doctor was like, "I don't want you. You're so young. I don't want to get on medicine either. So
Okay.
tell me what I need to do now to, get that in check."
That like type 2 diabetes is so preventative. Like you can really, like you said, change the way you're eating, like you're doing your movement. And then girl, them 20,000 steps you were getting in Portugal, I bet if you have one of those monitors on, your blood sugar was probably like, "Ooh, I like this. We on point," right? Cuz you were moving your
Yes.
body like so much. So, I'm so happy that you are really being intentional about self-care because we gotta pour into ourselves. We know we gotta do it, but when you really start pouring
Yeah.
into yourself, you can give the overflow, right, to people that you're called to.
Mm,
So, I would love to hear too a little bit about the season of life that you're in right now, and do
mhm.
you feel like there have been a lot of shifts and mindset changes compared to maybe even last year?
So recently just went through a job layoff
Mhm.
and in a different space in life. It's like, okay, God, I trust you. I
Yeah.
don't know what's next for me, but I know that I have faith
Yes.
and that I trust that you're going to see me through it. And it just requires a different level of relationship with God. And I feel like God prepared me because I was able to really pour into myself, invest in myself. I went to the Woman Evolve conference in July. I
Mm,
went to Portugal in July. And so all of those things, I feel like God was getting me ready for this season that I was going to be in. And something else that has really been carrying me through this season is protecting my peace.
mhm.
A lot of times we don't realize we have all these noises or different voices that are coming in to us, but it's our job to protect our energy, to protect our peace in this season. Like we have so much control over that sometimes we don't even realize we block out certain things. It can definitely shift our mood, our energy, who we're talking to. God is like, no, no, and like really just listening for the voice of God
Mm,
during this season. Like so many people I know are going through job layoff, and I'm glad that I know God. I'm glad I have a awesome support system and know God for myself because
come on,
it's
because
not
it's
easy. It's
scary.
not easy.
Yeah, it's scary, and a lot of
Yeah.
people are doing the most when they are going through these seasons of the unknown. They drinking, they're like, "Oh, I need to do this," and they're stressed out, and they're not just taking in this season like, "Okay, what's next for me?" Girl, you know what? When we because I'm in a season similar to you also.
Hmm.
And it's so interesting when you get on the other side of it and you're looking back
Mm,
and you're like, "Okay, I see what you were doing this whole time." But that unknown part is it can be a little wracking. But baby,
yeah.
you get to the other side, it's like, okay, I made it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think it's important that we remind ourselves too of the victories that we've had when we're in seasons like this. That always keeps
Hmm.
me grounded. Like, okay, I went through something similar to this before and I was all right. How are you managing that maybe negative talk that kind of maybe comes up sometimes, or the fear that may come up as you're dealing with the layoff and, looking for other things?
Yeah, girl, I said I can't let this depression or this anxiety seep in. Girl, I'll get on and turn me on a sermon, turn me on some gospel music. And it's
Mm,
amazing just setting the atmosphere of playing my gospel music, playing a sermon, just keeping something positive. If it's a
Right.
podcast on in the background, reading my devotional in the
Yeah.
morning, just keeping my mind, like the old people say, keep your mind stay on him. Yes, sometimes I do need to watch the news to be aware of my surroundings, but no, I'm not gonna have the TV on 24/7. To know it. Exercising. No, I didn't exercise recently. I was away on a trip, but keeping that routine of exercising, clean eating, like just
Yeah.
all of that. And then I have other friends right now, and we encourage each other, and sometimes I go through and like, okay, God, I just kind of want to exclude myself right now. I kind of just want to isolate. But every time I'll get a message, a call, a text, or something, and it just really encourages me. And I was telling one of my friends that I said, someone is always checking on me. And
Mm.
I was like, not necessarily, it's not always family, it's people that are friends, and family doesn't always have to be blood
Yeah.
family as well that are calling you and checking on you. And I do it to it the same to my support system, call and check on them, because it really matters to have a good community, good support system around you to keep you uplifted in
Oh
these
my God.
times.
Listen, I was, well, not saw, but I was reading a statistic. I don't know it exactly, but it was talking about the power of community.
Mhm.
How
Mhm.
people live longer when they have a good support system, they have good friends, they have a good circle versus people who isolate. There's a statistic, I'll have to try to find it, but the community, having good community is essential. And I think that a lot of us do want to isolate, like if we're in grief or, we're going through something, we don't want to maybe put that on other people, but it's so important that we reach out to our people and that people reach out to us also. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hear that you have a good community, a good circle around you.
Yeah, that's how me and you met too, from our
Listen, and still
yeah,
connected.
still
It's
connected,
still
still
connected. That was a divine. So me and her met through a speakers boot camp. Shout out to Dr. G.
woo, woo, Dr. G, yes.
It was called Next Level. And
Yeah,
man, we met so many amazing people. And it's so awesome that Brooke and I have stayed in touch. Like we send texts and accountability, text to each other.
yeah,
And yeah, it's important to have good community. Good
mhm,
community.
yeah,
Because some people
yeah,
have community, but they ain't doing right.
yeah.
They lead them in the wrong direction. It's like, girl, don't talk to them people no more. They're not helping you, honey. They are
Okay.
not helping you. So, okay, so you're doing Pilates, right? You're
Mhm,
really focusing on what you're eating and putting in your body. Are there
mhm.
any other self-care rituals that you're incorporating, maybe on a daily or maybe on a weekly, just to maintain consistency with your health?
Yes, another thing that, I really love is, I like listening to this podcast called, the name of it? It's something for anxiety, and, like, it has, like, different calming, things that they'll say to kinda help you release, different breathing mechanisms that, really helps you kinda relax.
Yeah.
I started taking like a little chewable of magnesium.
Yeah.
That's really been helpful to me. Also I have this lavender spray, and
Mhm.
that kind of sets the mood. I'll spray it, and it'll kind of calm me down. You can spray it throughout the day. You can spray it on your pillow at
Yeah.
night. That's been really good. Lighting candles. I love a good candle,
Yes.
that kind of sets the room and sets the mood. Something that I haven't been doing and I just got back to, and I was like, Brooke, do it consistently. Affirmations. Affirmations, like
Yes.
listening to them, and I gotta get to the next level. I gotta start recording myself back again of my own affirmation and listening to myself. But there's
Right.
so many free affirmations that you can listen to on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all of them. I'll just be sitting, working, doing something, on my computer, and it's all about the mind. And I was looking at this podcast, and it was like, you know what sets you apart from other people is this mindset. Because once you get that mindset down, baby, and it encouraged me, it said you can make money, you can do anything you want to do, but it holds people back of their mindset. And it was like, you're sitting up there, not starting a business, not starting a podcast, not doing a book, not posting the video on TikTok and Instagram. I said, "Ooh, I'm sitting on some video. Let me go post my video and stop playing around."
Was it convicting you a little bit, girl? You were like, oh, let me get my stuff. Let me get it together. Girl, you're right. I believe mindset is like 80% of what either holds us back or pushes us forward. Because I've even
Yeah.
talked to people, and I'm sure you have too, who were like, actually, the other day, this young lady was like, I can't stop drinking because I'm stressed. And so I
Mm,
do it when I'm stressed. And I said, well, that's a mindset. You got to shift your mindset, or you're going to keep, because you just told yourself,
yeah.
I can't stop drinking
Yeah.
because I'm stressed. Right.
Mm,
And I think that when we can get this right, like you said, and we can reframe some negative talking consistently, man, there's so much power in what we can do. So much
oh
power.
yeah. And therapy, I'm a proponent. I love therapy,
Yeah.
therapy, talking to your therapist, praying to God, having a relationship with God and your therapist is important to getting you to that mindset. Because baby, once you get that mindset, it's like it's nothing stopping you from it. And over time, I noticed that sometimes we need to detox our mind. Sometimes we need to get that mind together, whatever season that we're going through. We can
Yeah.
maybe get off a little track of that mind. But when we get that mind together,
Mm.
ain't no stopping us.
Ain't no stopping us. I like that. We have to detox our mind. I think we don't
Yeah.
really think about that. We think we need to detox our body. We need to go through a detox in a relationship, but we need to detox our mind. I think that's important to make that a consistent part of our healthy lifestyle. Because like you said, layoffs, for example, come up and you can have all these like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna pay my bills? This and that. Reframe, detox, all the things. So that's good. We need to detox
Yeah.
the mind. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to detox our mind, get rid of the limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't realize that we have limiting beliefs that are blocking us in our career and love. Um
Yeah.
that, like, who said that to you? Who put that on you? That is so key. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting bold. I'm calling up people. I'm knocking on doors, connecting with opportunities. And one thing that I had never did before in my healing and my self-care journey, my mentor and his she invited me to do IV therapy. The drip
Hmm. Yeah.
IV therapy. It's all natural. It's done by a licensed nurse, and it's just vitamin. People
Yeah.
think that it's like it's not medicine, it's just a liquid form of a vitamin you're getting through an IV drip. And
Right.
they'll talk you through what's going on, sleep, whatever issues that you're having on, and it takes about an hour to
Uh-huh.
do the IV drip, and you feel like a different person.
I'm just gonna say, how did you feel, girl, after you got done with this IV drip?
Yeah, I felt like I could go run a marathon, honey. Like, what? I said, maybe I need to be strategic the next time I do it, or I did it like kind of toward the end of the day, but I had so much energy from doing the IV trip. I'm like, wow. And some people it takes them a while to feel it, but
Yeah.
like I felt it like immediately, like after the
Wow.
IV drip was done. So I recommend that as another self care thing that some people might have not ever thought of or tried.
Yeah. And that goes to show too how much the vitamins that we are taking, a lot of them are not even being absorbed. into the body, into the bloodstream.
Yeah.
Because I've had people tell me, like, I'm taking magnesium, for example, but it's not helping me at all. And then they'll get their blood work and their magnesium levels are low. And I'm like, what kind of magnesium were you taking? Let's look at the brand, at the
Mm,
ingredients. It's not being absorbed. So going straight to the bloodstream, it's pretty much a guarantee that it's gonna get to that into your body the way it's supposed to. So, side note, y'all, make sure y'all really are investigating those supplements because sometimes they're not even being
yes.
absorbed in the bloodstream
Hello.
at all. So, I did want to touch a little bit about grief. So, I know that you lost
Mhm.
your beautiful mom to cancer.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I remember when I think maybe you posted something on social media and I saw a message and I was just like, oh, because your mom and you are so, so close. How
Yes.
have you managed to really work through that season and like pull yourself out of, I wouldn't say out of grief, because I think we're going to be grieving forever in that sense,
Yeah.
but how have you really pulled yourself up after losing your mom?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my mom was my best friend and still I feel her with me. She battled 3 years with multiple myeloma, cancer, and you would have never known from looking at her. She never complained. She always kept a smile on her face and lost my dad in 2017. So as the only child that has, lost both of her parents, then lost my godmother last year. So, like, all that loss
Mhm.
definitely took an impact on me. I'm grateful for people that encouraged me to go to therapy because when my mom first passed, it was like I had to do all of the legal stuff, all of the things to close accounts, just do all legal things. And
Yeah.
I really didn't take time for myself. I did toward a couple months after my mom passed. I called myself doing I did a family tour. So I went and visited with different family members, especially the holidays and stuff. And I'm grateful for my family and friends that have invited me to be with them. But grief is, yeah, like you said, it's not something that is here today and gone tomorrow when everybody leaves from the
Right.
funeral. You're there with yourself, you're there with your thoughts. And grief, it can come and go. I could hear a song, something that my mom did, her birthday would come up and I still look for ways to like honor her.
And
I'm just going through her second year of passing, of honoring her, and just definitely through grief, a lot of prayer. More recently this year, I found through a church group, they had a grief group that I had
mm,
been doing solo grief counseling, but I found a grief group that was really good for other people that had lost their mom or dad. And I was like, wow, to hear other people's perspectives of how they went through grief, or they would give us different exercises to do, writing letters to our
oh, wow.
parents and just kind of navigating that. And so I think it's really important that people can check on you, but you need to be surrounded with other people that have actually been through what you've gone through because it's a whole nother level and layer
Mm,
to having that community as well. And now through the years, more recently I had a friend that lost her mother, some friends that lost their mother, and I've been able to be there for them and give them resources
oh, yeah.
as well. But yeah, it's a everyday journey. Grief is like love that has nowhere to go. But I say if it's not for God and my therapist and my community and just doing the work. Sometimes we can suppress grief and not do the work to heal. And more recently, I had, and a lot of people I hadn't been able to sleep for 2 years. And I didn't realize, and
Mm,
when I say sleep, I mean like go to sleep at night, not wake up in the night. And
yeah.
I did not know that grief and trauma is can be trapped in our bodies and
Yeah.
that it was so traumatic. Like I was there with my mom do everything up until she passed. Like grief, we can hold that in our bodies and it's not released. And so I found this physical therapist that they'll actually walk you through and do different exercises to
Yeah.
release that grief, to release that trauma that our body went through and is going through. And since I had been seeing them and going to them, I called them up. I was like, "Oh my God, you can't believe this. I have not been able to sleep for 2 years. I did not know that sleep impacts our health.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not getting good sleep." And so I have now been able to sleep
Oh
and
my
go to sleep at night, like through the night, and not be restless and waking up. And so grief impacted me in every area of my life that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, and I really do. I feel like I have a story, I have a ministry to help others as well going through grief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing, girl.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you are doing the physical therapy because you're right. A lot of people don't recognize that you can hold that in your body. And if it goes unchecked, it can lead to so many other things that we don't want. And so I'm
Mhm.
so, so glad that you are learning how to relieve it and get it out of your body because, yeah,
Mhm.
girl, sleep, man, that's when all the magic happens. Our
Yeah.
cells are recovering and our muscles are regenerating and all the things. Wow.
Mhm.
I do definitely
Yeah.
believe and know, like you said, that you have an amazing ministry to support people because I think, like you said, when someone loses a parent,
Yeah.
on the other side, we don't know what to say because how can I help you feel better? It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. We always hear, I'm sorry for your loss, and that's sweet and
Yeah.
kind, all that. Is
Yeah.
there any advice you would give people who are on the outside who want to comfort their loved one who has lost a parent or who has lost somebody close to them, what can we do to help support those who are going through grief like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like looking back, I would definitely say one, they want to be supported. Two, they have never been in this situation before. They've never lost a parent. They never lost their mom. They never lost losing your dad, losing your mom. It
Yeah.
can impact people different ways. Like give people the grace and opportunity to figure out how they need to be supported. Don't be offended if they might not get back to you, as normally as they would as they're trying to process grief. So many things that people send like kind words or people just sitting with me. I just wanted someone to just sit with me. And it doesn't always have to be something tangible that someone does. Sitting with me, praying with me, asking me how I need to be supported. I don't like asking for help. I'm an only child. I'm independent. I was raised to, you got to figure this out. Nobody's coming to save you.
Yes.
Nobody's coming to save you, but I would just really be intentional, be sensitive. You know how you talk about grief that I've had people say, "Oh, well, it's been this you can't put a time limit on grief." So just be sensitive. I had a lot of people say
Yeah.
things that were not, and grief, I felt it was very not sensitive of how they were coming across. And maybe they didn't know that what they were saying wasn't very, kind or sensitive as well. So
Yeah.
one, ask people how they want to be supported. To just be sensitive to your words. Keep showing up for them, even if it's just a little text or a call.
Yeah.
Um,
I love that. I think asking people how they're supported because you and I are the same. I don't want to ask nobody for help. I'm like, it's real hard for me. I'm like, I have to like prepare myself. But sometimes it's like just do the thing too. Like I think if people like, okay, you know what? I'm volunteering to cook for you for a week. You don't have to ask me, you don't have to say anything, but just do it. I think is a big thing. I mean, I would want that knowing that I don't want to ask nobody. Can y'all come cook for me for I would never ask anybody to do it. So just
yeah.
offer.
Just yeah, like I had someone that they were on the phone with me, and of course like after you're when you're going through grief, you don't really have an appetite, but you need to eat. You need to force yourself to eat.
Yeah.
And they were on the phone, they were asking me what kind of foods I like and all these things. I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, why are they asking me all these things? And then at the end of the conversation, she was like, well, I got your grocery order. Your grocery will be delivered to you in the morning.
Oh,
And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. Like
yeah.
that just meant that was so intentional, so thoughtful.
Yes.
To do because you can be like, "Oh, I don't need anything," but no, she got on the phone asking me this type of fruit, this type of thing. She's like, "Oh, your grocery order will be there tomorrow at 10 a.m." Like,
Yeah. See, I
just
love
do
that.
the thing. Just
Just
do the
do
thing.
Yes, just do the thing. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's a reminder for me too. Just do the thing. It means so much when you, like you said, are intentional about things and you don't have to say anything. It's like, wow, they really care. And so I love that. When you're talking about, because I know too, I saw a lot of pictures of you and your mom traveling and being on the
Yeah.
beach. And I was like, "That is so beautiful." Do you have any specific things that remind you of her, maybe when you're traveling or in your house or anything like that, that just reminds you of her?
Yeah, definitely our pictures. We love to do excursions. So I'll never forget my mom. I talked her into doing zip lining with me.
Oh,
And she got up there and she was like, "Well, Brooke, one day when you have kids, you're gonna have to get up and do this." And just on my recent trip, my mom, she always loved seafood. She
yeah,
loved the beach. So I honored her second year. I just went to Miami for the day and just went to the beach and just sat there at reflections of her. If I eat seafood, I'll think about her and her memories. She loved the local experience when we travel. She didn't want to do the touristy stuff. She wanted to really just get involved in the culture and just immerse herself
yeah.
in there. And so many things that sometimes I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my God, I look like my mother. People say I sound like my mother, but it's a good all of it's good to have those memories, and sometimes it's hard to process those memories, but the good memories, is the ones that you can look back and like, I don't have any regrets because we traveled, I was there, I took care of my mother, so, like, I don't have any regrets of anything. I was there for my mother, and sometimes you
Yeah.
question God, you're like, dang, my mom was a good person. Why did you take my mom away? But I say, that I am my parents' legacy and I am their legacy and it's up to me. And I saw this video online the other week and I was just having a hard day. I didn't want to do anything. And
Yeah.
this video said, remember your family member that's in heaven is cheering you on.
Mm.
Is cheering you on. And my mom will always she always and my mom and my dad always instilled in me, work hard,
Yeah.
treat people how you want to be treated. And that really is pays dividends of how my parents treated people, of how those people now are kind and check on me and want to make sure that I'm good. And because they sowed those seeds in me in doing good by other people, those people are now blessing. In the Bible it says, and your children's children will be blessed.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that is so, so important. Like what you said, you are your parents' legacy. And it's
Yeah.
awesome to me. I believe God leaves little nuggets, when we are going through stuff. Like you said, you heard the podcast and they said your family member in heaven is cheering you on. It was probably like, oh, okay. Okay, girl.
I
Like,
needed that.
let me get up. He plants little seeds. I believe there's a scripture. Oh my gosh. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it talks about how he'll wrap his arms around you when,
Mm,
you're in this season of grief. And I remember I haven't lost a parent, but I do remember when I lost my granddad.
mm,
And it was so hard because I was like, "Well, he's gonna be fine." He was in the hospital and he was 91 too, girl. But I was like, he's a beast. He's gonna be fine. He'll be all right. So I didn't go to the hospital
mm,
to see him. But when I found out that he had passed away, I was in shock. Like, no, no, he's not. Are y'all sure? Like, wait a minute. And I remember I said, I felt so bad because I didn't get to like see him off. But the Holy Spirit was like, I will wrap my arms around you. And I literally felt like the presence
mm.
of God. I was in my car picking up my daughter from her friend's house, and we had to stop and pull over. But I believe that he's definitely with us along the way. But I hear you. You question why. Like, why my mom is such a good person. How have you
Yeah.
been able to navigate even that and, like, keep your relationship with God solid, you know, in those moments of questioning why?
Yeah, yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah,
It's hard because, God, like, I want my mom here to, see me get married or see me have kids, or
yeah.
my mom was my best friend. Like, we talked every day. We talked multiple times a day. And I feel like God just kind of like brings things to remind you of your loved one that passed away. So recently I went to a birthday party
Yeah.
and I sat down to introduce myself to a lady. We do that. It's polite when you don't know someone. And I said, "Hi, my name is Brooke Waller." And before I could finish saying, she was like, "I know who you are. I went to elementary school with your mother."
What?
And I was like, "What?" And me and this lady talked, and it was just like, ugh. I felt like I was like had a hug from my mother right there and telling me about memories of of her that she had with my mom. And she told my mom, she was like, "One day I'm gonna meet you." And she was like, "Your mom always spoke highly of you. She loves you." That's what ever she was
Mhm.
like, she loved you so much. She always spoke highly and was telling me all the good things that you were doing. And she was like, "Last time I saw your mom, we were dumpster diving. We were at Harris Teeter and we were getting candles that were on sale in the cart." We're just getting candles and just so many memories of her and telling me when her and my mom were in elementary school together and maybe they had got into trouble or they were, yeah, uh my mom and her just like, wow, elementary school. I don't think I know anybody from elementary school. And
Right.
just God just bring I was like, wow, I was really missing my mom, and that lady, she was there with her daughter. And,
Mm.
sometimes that can, really kinda like, dang, me and my mom were like, like best friends. We were going everywhere together, travel everywhere
Yeah,
together. And so I was like, wow, I got to meet and speak to that lady. And so I feel like God just deposited different people when you might be feeling low. And I had to really, everything happens for a season and for a reason. And we don't know. And we can't we do question God, but we shouldn't question God because we don't know what's on the other side of death or we don't know why God did it, but we know that everything is going to work out for our good and have
yeah,
to have faith. We
yeah,
have to have faith in that. Like really have faith that we say that we do have.
absolutely, absolutely. I love that story about her friend from elementary school, and I don't have you heard the story? So you know Tabitha Brown?
Yes.
Have you heard her dime story with
I don't think.
so real quick, because I just love it. Real quick. So her mom also had passed away. And she said before she passed away, she talked to her, she said, "So mama, what you gonna leave me? So I know that you are watching out for me." She said, and I'm probably not saying exactly right, y'all forgive me, but in a nutshell, her mom was like, "I'm gonna leave you dimes." Oh, I think I think somebody before her had said, "Imma leave them nickels, but Imma leave you dimes." And so long story short,
Mm.
mom passed away. She said she was gone for like 2 weeks managing all the things that were happening, like getting the house in order. And when she went back
Mhm.
home, she said her purse fell on the bed and all these dimes came out of her purse. And
Oh,
she was
wow.
she wasn't freaking out, but she was like, "Oh my God," her husband was freaking out, like, "Oh, wait a minute." And then the next day, she said her husband screamed and she was like, "What is it? What is it?" He said there were dimes all in the shower, like all in the shower, just dimes everywhere. And I was like, wow. Like, so she said now every time she sees a dime, she knows that it's like God's way of showing her that her mama is looking out for her. Her mama is proud of her. Something's great is about to happen. So I truly believe, as crazy as it may sound to people on the outside, that God will make little deposits, like you said, maybe through people, through
Yeah.
dreams, through podcasts, just to remind you, like, He's not going to put more on you than you can bear. You've got this, and you're going to be all
Oh,
right. No,
oh, yeah. For
yeah,
sure, for sure.
yeah. Um, so one more thought I'm having: vulnerability. I
Mhm,
think
mhm.
vulnerability really opens the door for us to have real conversation and connect with people. Do you feel like vulnerability has helped you connect on a deeper level with people maybe that you didn't even expect to connect with? And if so, how has that maybe shifted some things in your life? Being more vulnerable about things that are happening, the seasons that you're in.
Yeah, definitely as we grow and as we evolve, I say to myself, I said, how can I be a better friend? How can I be a better person?
Yeah.
And I love talking to people that are also vulnerable, that I'm not just being the only person vulnerable as well. And I also love that at this age in my life, I love going deep. I don't like the fluff. I don't like the pom pom stance. Like if we can't go deep, I feel like what's the word? Like just a shallow kind of conversation that it starts giving me anxiety. It starts like, okay, I want to get off. of
You awkward.
What are we? We're talking about the weather, and it's awkward. Sharing my journey of like grief, sharing my journey of going through a job loss,
Yeah.
sharing my journey of how sometimes I suffer with anxiety, depression, and just because you see me smiling, had a family member was like, "Well, Brooke, you're always happy and positive." It's like you can be high functioning depression and
Mhm.
still going on with your life and people would never know. And anxiety and depression does not look the same for everybody. And having those safe spaces, having friends that I can talk about that with and not feeling judged, and they can share their vulnerabilities or their things that they're going through as well. It makes the world, it just makes a very safe place, and I feel like when you have those safe spaces to have those conversations and to keep it real with people, you never know how that can bless or that can just encourage just a little bit can go a long way from sharing.
And I mean, what I'm hearing too is vulnerability can protect us. It can protect us because I think a lot of people go within, for example, like you said, a high functioning depression. Half
Mhm,
the time we don't know. People look happy and they're smiling and they're
mhm,
suffering on the inside. But if they never speak about it and they don't tell anybody and they just put this face on, then it
mhm,
can ruin their life. But if you are have a safe space, a therapist,
mhm.
you said,
Yeah,
good community, good friends, family. Man, that vulnerability can protect you at the end of the day.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah, because what is life worth living if you don't have a safe space that you can go to and talk to? And just it also makes you look at friendships, like evaluate things, from a different perspective
you better
as
say
as
that.
we evolve. Yeah, we evolve emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all of the things we evolve. And just really, is this a safe space that I can go to and not feel judged or feel like, can I be myself? Do I feel like a better person or do I feel drained after I've had an encounter and experience with that? And that goes into self care, that goes into protecting your peace as well. And so as I get older, I really understand, like, not to say like I've always had like a big circle of people, but you really understand who are the people that are there in the good times and the bad times, there with you in the trenches, not just to go party, have a good time, and you just want to keep those. And I understand now why older people are like, keep that circle tight, keep that circle
Keep it tight
tight.
and small, honey, because we don't need the drama.
Yeah.
That is so true. Like even my daughter, one of my daughters, she's 14.
Mhm.
Thank God she's grown so much in terms of friendships because she used to just want to have a lot of friends. She's like, Mom, it's okay if I just have two friends. Yeah. That's all you if they're two great friends, that's all you need. Uh,
Hel-
because girl, junior high is dramatic. They drama filled and we don't have time for that. But especially as adults, we don't have time, like you said, people who call on you like, let's just go party, let's go do this. But are they there for you
Mhm.
in the trenches? Are they showing up for you when it's dark? I think that's a great word and a reminder for people who are also watching. Evaluate your circle.
Mhm. Yeah.
Evaluate your circle because if you are not able to be vulnerable with your people, or you feel like maybe there's people out there who don't have a circle or have good people that they can connect with, and they are going within. They're high
Mhm.
functioning, they're smiling, and they're going within and they're not talking to anybody. I would encourage them to go to therapy, to
Yes.
find a grief community, find other communities so you can connect with people. Do you have any recommendations for people? Maybe they don't have a good circle like we do, or
Mhm.
they're high functioning. What would you recommend for people who are dealing with that, who may not have that good circle?
I would say pray, ask God for discernment. I would say try to
Mhm.
find a good church. Try to find a good church and a church that has ministries that can maybe cater to any issues or things that you're going through that you need help navigating with. There is strength in numbers, and you should not do life alone. And
Yeah.
even if that you can't get there in person physically, there are some churches that have virtual ministries and groups that you can get into. There's a church in North Carolina, they're in Maryland and Virginia, called Union Church, and they have groups, and they have them on all different issues, grief, desiring to be a wife, financial peace if you need help with your finances, exercising, like all these different areas. Try to do that. Ask God for discernment, pray, and try to find a good church that has ministries that
Yeah,
can help you navigate. Mhm.
absolutely. I love that. Especially because I've even heard people say, "Well, I can't afford therapy." But you can find a good church, you can find a ministry, you can find ways to
Mhm.
connect with good people. So that's good. That's good advice. So, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to lighten the mood a little bit. I want to
Okay.
do it's called Groove Check. And
Okay.
it's basically like rapid fire questions. I'm gonna ask you some questions. And I say like answer within 10 to 15 seconds, but it's okay, girl, if you have more. But okay. You ready, girl?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is a song that instantly boosts your mood?
Jill Scott, living my life like it's golden. Life
Golden.
like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden.
Yes. Oh, girl, I played that song a lot back in 2020. Yes, I did.
Mm.
Dream travel destination right now.
Bali.
Ooh. If you go, I want to go with you.
Come on, girl.
Girl, I'm so ready to travel. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
coming. I'm
It's
speaking to
coming.
all the
It's
solo
coming.
Yes, I'm speaking to all the solo travelers. I'm like, "Okay, my travel time is coming. My travel time is coming." One thing you must pack on every trip.
You've always got to pack your selfie stick.
Okay.
I gotta get the content. Of course, you gotta pack your underwear, your charger, and all those things,
Right.
but
So you're not gonna leave the selfie stick though, for sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta get the
Right.
content. Content.
That's
Gotta get the
right.
content. Yeah.
Gotta get the content. So let's make sure we leave your Instagram too so people can watch your journey. Because you did a whole thing on your trip to Portugal, right?
Yes. I did a whole 5-part series and a reflection. Follow me, Brooke underscore motivates on Instagram. And just follow me. I talk about self-care, I talk about travel, just all the things, as a 30-year-old, navigating life. So, yes.
Yes. Brooke. So Brooke underscore motivates is your Instagram.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Perfect. Oh, and TikTok too, right? Is that the same for TikTok?
Yes, on TikTok, it's Brooke Motivates altogether
Okay.
on TikTok.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I've been watching your journey to Portugal. I was like, okay, girl, I love it.
Yeah, I had a good time. I had a good time, and I took time, like, after the trip to put it together because I wanted to, like, live in the moment, while
Yeah.
I was there, but yeah, go check it out. I do have a travel itinerary. You can find a link in my bio if you ever wanna go to Portugal or think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you
Mhm.
do do travel, right? You set up help people with like vacations and things like that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I haven't been active with it, but I do that. Yes. And I am now venturing into selling itineraries as well. So people can just download like all the places I've been, how much it costs, the links, and kind of
Mhm.
build their own itinerary if they would like to go to some of the places that I went to before.
Okay. Yes, y'all check
I
that
did that.
out.
Yes.
I'm definitely checking out, girl, because I'm let me tell you, I'm beyond ready, okay? Okay.
Mhm.
So two more little rapid fire questions. So your favorite self-care ritual after a long day?
I would say decompressing from the day. I would say doing my skincare, cozying up to a candle, reading my devotional or a good book.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like it. Bringing it down, bringing in the peace, setting the mood.
Yes.
And what would you say is one word to describe this chapter of your life?
Mm. That's hard. One word?
It could be two.
No fear. No fear.
No
No.
fear. I like that.
Mhm.
Okay, tell me
Mhm.
like a little bit about what does that mean to you?
No fear means to me that a lot of times before we even, or include myself, before I even want to do anything, I'm overthinking things, I'm researching it, I'm overanalyzing, I'm in my head. And like, this really is the season to trust God. Trust God. No fear, no limiting beliefs. Like,
Mm,
really, like, and it might even be no fear of, yeah, I'm probably do it afraid. Do it
mm,
afraid. Like put myself out there, shoot my shot,
yes.
do the event, do the thing that God is calling me to do. Um
I love
yeah, we're gonna have fear, but you know, that's the only way we're gonna grow and evolve,
that's
you
it.
know?
We gotta live. We gotta
Yeah.
live. You know what? Real quick, the scripture that has been heavy on in my spirit, I believe it's James chapter 4, verse 14, where it talks about what is this life? And it says basically life is a vapor. It's here and then it's gone. It's that has been on my heart. And I'm like, we have got to live because we're
Mm.
so caught up in all the things and we're not living fully. And yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
Life is a vapor. It's here and it's gone. Just like
yeah,
you know it.
Yeah, I truly agree with you and align on that. I did a video of my post
Yeah.
recap of Portugal, and I was saying like people are out here living, not waiting to I went to Costa Rica, and me and my cousin were the only young people on the whole tour trip, and they had to wait. until this certain situation. They had to wait until that certain situation, but do it now. Like, life is not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed you're going to make it to retirement. And a lot of times we're putting off living instead of living now. Like D'Angelo and Malcolm, ugh,
Girl. Oh, the
age
D'Angelo. And I
took
was,
me out, honey. Took me.
oh my God. Girl, I've been listening to all his music, girl, the whole week. I'm like, ooh. I used to listen to all his music. Oh my God. And you know what?
Yeah.
I thought about you actually because his
Mm,
son lost both his mom and his dad in within months of each other. And
wow.
I hope and pray that he has a good support system right now because
Yeah.
imagine.
Mm,
Yeah.
months apart.
Yeah. But to your point, we got to live. And you're even reminding me, Brooke, like, take that trip, girl. Come on.
Book the trip,
Book
honey.
that.
Book it. Book it, honey. Book the trip. I told one of my family members, I said, I've always regretted trips that I didn't take. I've never regretted trips that I did take.
Mm, okay, girl. I'm gonna be hollering at you in a little bit. Let me get it together.
Yeah, you
Um,
don't get more years, but you get more life to your years.
come on. Come on. So y'all, we got to live. If anything, live your life fully. Do not procrastinate. Stop allowing fear to hold you back. So this is my closing question for you. You have truly come so far on your journey. I mean, you are healing, you are doing solo trips, you are taking care of yourself, you're doing Pilates and nurturing your body. So, since we're on Girl Get Your Groove Back, what does getting your groove back mean to you now? And how are you continuing to protect that energy moving forward?
Yes, getting my groove back means to me is living every day like it's my last.
Ooh.
Doing those things that I put on my bucket list, on my vision board, to do. I'm learning to golf. I'm doing Pilates. I'm protecting my peace and my energy. And so I'm getting my groove back. I'm not letting anything suck the life or the energy. I'm putting myself first. Putting myself first. Keeping God first in all things. Doing the thing. No more excuses, but
Yeah.
living my life to the fullest and not having any regret. I don't want
Mm,
to live with any regret. So that's what getting my groove back.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you for
Thank you.
vulnerable and transparent. I know that this will touch and bless people. I so appreciate you. I love you. And until
Oh,
next time.
love you too, sis.
Yay. Wow. That was such a powerful conversation, y'all. I hope this episode reminded you that healing isn't always about moving on. Sometimes it's about coming home to yourself in new ways. Brooke shared something that really stuck with me. She said that grief and trauma can literally be trapped in our bodies. And that is so true, y'all. Healing isn't just emotional or mental, it's physical too. That's why finding the right support, whether it be a therapist or a physical therapist or even a body based healing practice, can be such an important aspect of your healing journey. If this conversation spoke to you, take it as a gentle nudge to check in with your body. Listen to what it's been holding and give yourself permission to no longer hold on to what's not serving you. And if you're ready to dig deeper and create a plan that supports you, your hormones, your energy, and overall health, I'd love to support you and guide you. Visit www.coachjamilaani. There you can learn more about my coaching program and resources designed to help women just like you move from surviving to thriving and get your groove back for good. Until next time, y'all, keep nourishing your body, honoring your rhythm, and protecting your peace. You've got this. Coach Jamila out.